The truth of the matter is the church does not have to give a temple recommend to anyone. Someone can walk through the bishop's office and answer all the questions properly, and if the bishop doesn't want to, he can deny that person a temple recommend. Because the church has the power to let whoever they want in the temples. This is not an inalienable right to go into a Mormon temple. The inalienable rights have never been provided by religion. They're supposed to be provided by government. My problem is when religion is trying to take away one of my civil rights. Now, if I were to be married to a man in a legal marriage, I personally would never pursue a temple marriage because I don't want one. That's just me. There are some people out there who maybe would, and maybe they would put pressure on the church. And maybe the church would have to define again for everyone where they stand on this issue, as if it isn't clear enough. But why would anyone become more intolerant of you? Is it because you are intolerant and people become intolerant of your intolerance? Is it because as people gain more light and knowledge, they say to themselves, you know what, this is really wrong that they're not letting gay people practice their religion. But you know what? You don't have to. You can do whatever you want. It's your church. It's your religion. Mormons, you have the right to say yay or nay. If you don't want gay people in your church, then that's fine. But please, please, please do not take away this right for people. Please don't mobilize yourselves and use your money and your energy and your time to do something like this when the reasoning behind it is so not there. There is just no reason that anything is going to be taken away from your opportunity to observe the religion. We claim the privilege to worship Almighty God according to the dictates of our own conscience and allow all men the same privilege. Let them worship how, where, or what they may. This is a basic tenet of your religion, the 11th article of faith, to worship how you choose to worship and choose who you would like to issue a temple recommends to choose who you ordain to the priesthood. All these things are taken care of within the structure and ecclesiastical organization of the church. This is all there. It's okay. It's okay. It's going to be okay. So before you go out and you vote yes on Proposition 8, please think again. Please don't allow a church to dictate what you do in politics. Be like those people who, if they felt like it, voted for Franklin Roosevelt because they didn't want to just vote hardline Republican. They wanted to think about what they really saw. And the truth of the matter is, the church, the prophet, is not always right about how things are going to go in the future. And this has been proven time and time again. They're just not always right. And I really think that the organization of the church in pursuing this, I think it's a misguided pursuit. I think it's a hypocritical pursuit, judging the history of the church and its history with polygamy and illegal marriages and running from the law and then eventually ceding to the law so they could become a state in the United States. I find it very hypocritical to take this stance and rewrite history and pretend that you've never ever had anything weird, or you've never wanted any special rights concerning marriage, or you've never wanted marriage redefined in ways that would benefit your religious beliefs. And I also think it's just a mistake. I think it's a misuse of information, of money, etc. In conclusion, I would like to read something that I found, and this is a website that I discovered of LDS people, some of whom are active in the church and some of whom have been excommunicated, and some of whom are being threatened to be excommunicated for their involvement in this. It's called signingforsomething.org, and it is a group of people who feel that the leadership of the church is wrong in reading letters of political nature over the pulpit in church and of encouraging the home teachers to spread out and put signs in people's lawns and go knocking door to door and proselytize. They feel that it's wrong for the church to use its power in this way. They feel that it's exploitative. Two letters posted on this website, signingforsomething.org, that I found that I thought were interesting are, number one, it makes me sad as a current member of the Mormon Church to see the leaders encourage their members to support a proposition that would deny others their civil rights. Ignorance breeds fear, and fear breeds intolerance. Christ taught tolerance, compassion, and love, none of which are included in Proposition 8. The leaders of the church must realize that through promoting Proposition 8, they will leave a stain on the church for many years to come. The second letter was written by a very articulate young woman. She said, "We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness." The Declaration of Independence. Are we going to tell these fellow human beings, fellow sons and daughters of God, that their rights to happiness, love, and the right to marital matrimony with the partner of their esteemed love are less important to us than a law that may have a few unpredictable consequences? I realize that the passing of this law may have further implications than we can foresee. I know that it may affect family law, but shouldn't it? Don't these flesh and blood, loving, hurting, feeling people have a right to have a family? Or would you say that because of the chromosomal difference in the person they choose to love, they should be denied the right and ability to have a family? I know you may now have to take some extra responsibilities in your own family. You may have to talk to and teach your children about this. Shouldn't you be anyway? I know that you think once it's legalized, they will try to sue you for not letting them marry in the temple. Though I see the possibility, the facts just don't seem solid to me. Any church can choose who they will or will not marry in their buildings. My sister wanted to marry in a Catholic church, and they told her no, as she was not Catholic. Your temple already recommends that wouldn't be issued to these individuals. I don't know why they would even want to be married somewhere where they are not welcome. Let's think back to what someone we all know and love would do. Christ taught love, pure and simple. He did not put restrictions and addendums on love. Nothing that said love has to look like this, or it doesn't count, and I hate you. Honestly, can you see him hating anyone? Do you really believe that his atonement would fail to cover these brothers and sisters? Their experience here is not ours to judge. They are not trying to hurt us. They simply want the same rights, freedoms, and privileges that we all take for granted. Free will, God gave it to all of us. Would you deny some that God-given right? Stand with me, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. In conclusion, I would just like to say that please don't allow anyone to use fear tactics to scare you into not analyzing your own conscience, looking within yourself to decide what you think is right. Please do not let someone say, if you do this, it's going to be really bad for you. I can't tell you why or how, but this is going to destroy America. If you are just listening to that and you're going to live in fear in that way and you're not going to wait, how is this going to destroy America? What is it really going to do? And there have been a lot of compelling arguments on either side. I really would like to encourage you to look at both sides of the argument. Look at people who are making arguments for gay marriage, looking at people who are making arguments against gay marriage that have nothing to do with religion. Look at the facts, look at the evidence, and then make your decision. Do not allow yourself, like so many others have done, to just do what you're told without thinking about what it might do to someone else. You never know. Someone that you're voting against could be your child, your father, your mother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, your brother. I really think that you should think twice before voting yes on Proposition 8.